Hello there, Internet friends. This is Danielle Pierce, Creative Real Estate Profit Lab and Property Preservation Mastery. For those of you who are just tuning in and have not been paying attention over the last 9 days or so, we are doing a 21-day campaign, hashtag Day in the Life. And this is where I'm going to be going live every day at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time on all platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, of course, the page, my business page and my personal page. And I'll be answering one question related to property preservation. So again, every night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. If you missed any of the prior videos, please go back and check those out. They will be available indefinitely. They're not going to be deleted. We're going to be talking about pros and cons of the industry. We talk about managing contractors, dealing with contractors, working with family and friends, the success gap, the difference between those students who do well and those who kind of struggle a little bit. So it has been a really phenomenal series, and I'm super pleased to be able to continue to answer these questions every single day. Although I am a bit, I immediately, regretted that I said I was going to go live for 21 days straight on about the second day. So this campaign is going to take us right into our Black Friday campaign. We'll be talking about the current state of the industry, what you can expect going into 2022, and of course, highlighting our most successful students of the year. So bam, there it is. Highs and lows. This is something that my partner and I do, but my business partner and I do before we start some of our meetings. It's just a way for you to share a little bit more about your personal life, and I'll do the same as well. It could be something great that happened today, something not so great that happened today, nothing too traumatic or life altering, although sometimes, that is what it is. So with that in mind, I'll go first. So a low for me is, I'll start with the high. I usually start with the low, so I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. So a high for me is that I finally got my hair did, and I'm pretty happy with the results so far. The hair feels really good, so I'm excited about that. So that's a high. So I got my birthday hair ready. My birthday is Saturday, November the 13th. I'll be 42 years old. Shout out to me. And yes, I will be going live that day as well. So that's a high. And a low for me is, honey, I gotta find me an old young person to do my hair. Let me explain why. So, I watched the YouTube videos, and the girls on YouTube, like, they are just killing it with the hairstyles. They're super creative. They do a lot of different things, and it looks really good. But, I'm 42. I'm not 21, 22 years old anymore. So when she first did my hair, she had like these swoops, and it was like all over the place. And I was just like, she showed me the mirror, and I was actually on the phone with Thomas when I finally looked at the mirror the first time, and I just was silent. And I was talking to him, I was answering some question he asked me. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta take care of my hair. So I'll call you back. I still haven't called him back yet. But I just wasn't feeling like the swoops and the baby hair and all this. I'm like, I'm 42. Like I'm a long way from baby hair. So let's do something different. So I know she's about sick of me. And shout out to her. Her name is Ashley. She's from the Virgin Islands. I know she's about tired of me and my shit. But I was just like, I can't do the baby hair. Can't be walking around like that. Like, no, ma'am. So anywho, she got me together. So I'm pretty happy with the results so far. We'll see how I feel when I wake up tomorrow morning, right? Anywho, you guys feel free to drop your highs and lows down in the comments as well. Definitely appreciate that. Mark your calendars for Wednesday, November the 24th at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. A couple things are happening that day. Number one, we're doing our monthly industry overview and Q&A. So that's where I go live and answer the questions that come in. And we've switched the format. So now it's an actual Zoom meeting. So you guys will be able to get your questions answered. You can like speak and answer your questions, and we'll be able to, have a short dialogue during the meeting. So that's going to be super cool. So that happens Wednesday, November the 24th at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, which is simultaneously when our Black Friday deal starts. That's the only time we're having our Black Friday sale. So Wednesday the 24th, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time to 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can buy the course for $1,497. That is $1,000 off. That is a big ass deal. And we're throwing in an additional $3,000 in bonuses, y'all. So set your calendars for that if you have not already. Last time, which was yesterday, we talked about best practices to manage contractors. And yes, I did say a couple of things that were a little bit sexist and definitely sounded like we were not in 2021. However, I feel that those things are still valid. So if you've missed that video, please go back and watch it. Today, we're talking about creating another revenue stream from working with private homeowners. So let me tell you why this is an outstanding idea. Working for some of the preservation companies is quite annoying and you will find that you will ultimately get sick of dealing with them. So a large part of why so many students sign up for the program and get into property preservation is because they want more control over their revenue, their lifestyle. They want more time, freedom, and flexibility, et cetera, et cetera. But there's levels to control. So the first level is you start your business, you get your first contract, and you partner with a company. They send you out to do various work orders, you get them done, and everything is copacetic, as they say, until it's not. And what happens is you just get to a point where they might send you back to a property and they'll say something like, I'll give you a real life example. Let's say you go to do a grass cut, and during a grass cut, you're supposed to provide before, during, and after photos, right? All right, so you send a contractor there, or you're doing it yourself, whatever the case may be, and you forget to take the during photos. But you have before showing, 6 inches of grass. You have the after showing 2 inches of grass, which is what you're supposed to be. It's supposed to be 2 inches, or it's supposed to be 2 inches for most grass cuts. But you forget to take the photos in process because you're busy actually doing the work. So you submit it, and they of course kick it back and say, hey, where are the in-process photos, showing the action photos. And you're like, oh shit, I forgot to take the during photos. So they'll say something like, go back to the property and take the in-process photos. Well, obviously, if it's already done, you can't do in-process photos. And also, obviously, if you see the grass is 6 inches at 9:05 and at 9:25, it's now 2 inches, it's clear that a grass cut was done. So those are the kind of things that will happen, and it happens to everybody, but you'll get to a point where you're like, man, I'm sick of dealing with this. Like, I don't want to have them sending me back to properties for stupid reasons anymore. I'm tired of going back to take photos of the address. I'm tired of going back to clean up work that contractors did and they didn't do, take the proper photos. Like, I'm just sick of it. So that's the first level of control. So you'll get to a point where you're like, you know what? I still like the money. I still like what I'm doing. I just want to be able to, have not deal with this type of stuff anymore. And so that is where working with private homeowners will come into play. And to do that is actually pretty simple. You already have the business, the website, the insurance, everything from the course, applies 1000%. The only difference is the end client will shift. So I'm going to give you some tips to actually go about getting some of the, private homeowners. So number one, create your price sheet. And to do that, this is my recommendation to make it easy for everybody who's watching. So use the standard price sheet. So basically FHA, Fannie and Freddie have standard pricing that is utilized throughout the entire property preservation industry. But what happens is that standard pricing is reduced by what they call discounts. So a lot of companies will say, we pay this amount for, a lock change. We pay standard pricing minus a 25% discount. So what that means is this: let's say you go to do a job and it's $100 for standard pricing. Well, if you're with a company that takes a 25% discount, your fee that you'll get paid is actually $75. So by discount, it's not a discount means less money for you. Okay, let's put it that way. So there's standard pricing. So just go with the standard pricing and take out and don't worry about any discounts. So whatever the standard pricing is for lock change, grass cut, winterization standard pricing for some, I think for Fannie or Freddie might be $200 or $175. That's your fee for winterizations for private homeowners. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So don't take out any discounts. So that's number one. Number two, figure out a way to receive payment. I do like Stripe. That's what we utilize across the board. And also you can take payment via QuickBooks as well. I'm not as big of a fan of PayPal, although some people still love it. I know PayPal is kind of the original, and I can't really say that they're shady. I do know that PayPal holds money though, from my understanding. I actually, I've not utilized it in terms of a business perspective. I just have it personally. I've heard that they hold your money, and I've heard that they kind of are a little bit more, there's more hoops to jump through with PayPal. Stripe, I've never had an issue. And the same thing for QuickBooks. So you can accept payment through either one of those methods. And of course, you want to be able to send people an invoice via text or email and say, okay, once the work is done, the money is due immediately upon receipt. And there it is. Number three, use car magnets. I mentioned this before, I think during a live Q&A session or something, at some point this year. Car magnets actually do work really, really well. So you will go to, you could probably do Vistaprint. And if you have your existing logo, again, because you're following the same blueprint from preservation, and by property preservation, I encompass all of these different arenas inside of preservation. It's just, different paths to get to the same outcome. So you already have your existing logo, your phone number, all those things. So you get that designed into a little magnet, and then you have it printed, of course, and mailed to your house or your business. You put that on your car. You don't have to do it every single day 24/7, although I don't think it would hurt to do that. You could also do I think they're stickers you could utilize in the back windshield as well. I think that's a great route to go, but you want to use that free advertising as much as you possibly can, because people do they pay attention to those things. All right. Number 4, follow up with the customer. This sounds super basic, but you're going to follow up with the customer by doing something called creating a mailing list. And let me give you some really good examples of why that's a great idea. It takes a bunch of times for people to hear things in order for them to buy from you. It's rare that you're running into people who watch one ad, watch one video, watch one, live Q&A session, like, okay, bam, I'm ready to buy whatever the cost is. And it could be something that's, $14 or $2,500 or $5,000. It's rare to find folks who make up their mind that quickly. So with that in mind, you got to basically follow up with the customer and say the same thing over and over and over, to the point to where when they are ready to get some landscaping done, or get the house cleaned, or get a house boarded up, or they need something, anything done in terms of property preservation, they reach out to you first. That only happens if you are consistent. So if you're consistently marketing to people or selling to people, and a lot of folks are like, oh my gosh, I'm scared to sell. I don't like to sell things. Selling means that you're solving a problem. If I can't tell you how quickly I hire to get shit done around my house, I have no issue with it whatsoever, because I don't want to do it. So if somebody else is going to do it, tell me your price, let's make it happen. So you are solving the problems of the people that reach out to you. So it's not something that you should be ashamed, embarrassed about, or anything. The more you can get past that mental block, the more money you're going to make. All right. Stop thinking that you're bugging people and harassing them. Like, this 21-day campaign, we send out email every day for 21 days. And when Black Friday comes, it's probably going to be 5 emails that go out that same day. You know who I think about whenever I think about whether or not we're sending out too much, which is almost never been the case, right? But let's just say that I had that thought. I think about places like Fashion Nova and how they run like marketing clinics. If you ever want to see some like a beautiful machine in action, get on Fashion Nova's email list and watch how they bombard you and flood you, and how you still gonna be clicking and opening up those emails, because they're addictive. Like they sending out good information, they're sending out quality emails, they're hella consistent, right? So whatever you think about buying some stuff, you gonna at least check Fashion Nova first. Now, granted, like I said the other day, I think the stuff is cute, but I think you wear it once or twice, and that's kind of it. Maybe it's good for photo ops, but I don't think it's like quality material. Matter of fact, I know it's not. However, they're consistent as hell. You have to give it to them. That's what you got to be in your business, whatever your business may be. Maybe it's preservation, maybe it's photography, maybe you're a chef, but most people fail because they can't do shit consistently for anything past like a week or two. If they don't see immediate results, they're like, oh my gosh, this is not working. Consistently market to these people. Build your email list. When they flag you down and say, hey, what are you doing at this property? Hey, I need this done. Hey, great. Here's my name and number. Right? Or let me get your name and number, or better yet, have a text opt-in. So you sign up with those companies that, you see it all the time on YouTube. I see it a lot. It'll say text landscape to 474747, and you'll be on our email list. That's how you build your list. The money is in the list. The money is not anywhere else. Another example that comes to mind is hairstylists. A lot of hairstylists, if you talk to them for any length of time, they want to stop doing hair, right? They want to not have to work so much in order to generate money. They want to be able to do things digitally. But when you ask them, do you have an email list? They never have a freaking email. It's like, how the hell are you going to do anything but stand on your feet 24/7 if you don't even build your list? And then if they do build a list, they never reach out to them, right? I've never gotten a text or email from a stylist just unprompted without me reaching out to them, for not ever. And I've been getting my hair done for 20 plus years now. It's never happened, right? They're hella inconsistent. They're just thinking about getting through the day. And I get that when you're in grind mode and you're trying to make things happen, but to get out of grind mode, you have to like build your list of residential customers. I'm going back to that now. Build your list, build a text message marketing list and send them shit. Okay. Like consider, even if it's just one time a week. Hey, the seasons are changing. Do you need a spring cleaning, a fall cleaning, a holiday cleaning? What do you need done? We got you. That's what you got to do. And so, and it's not, you complain less and you do more. That's my take on that. All right. So create your mailing list. Every time you do a property, ask for referrals every single time. Ask for at least 3, maybe 5. Say, hey, did we do a great job? If we did a great job, all right, cool. Can you list 3 to 5 people, hell, even one person that you think might need, this landscaping or this cleaning or this winterization or this board up or whatever the thing is that that you want to focus on. Because the other beautiful thing about, switching to working with private homeowners is you get to do the things that you want to do. So if you don't like doing winterizations, then don't add that in your list of services. Just say, hey, we only do clean outs, we only do cleaning, we only do landscaping, we do snow removal. That's all the things that we do. So you make your list look like what you want it to look like, which you cannot do with the National Property Preservation Company. So that's a big distinction there. You get a lot more control over your service offerings that way. All right. So ask for referrals and have your team, or if you're the team, like I have been for many, many years, leave a card on every house on the block. Granted, it's old school, but it still works. As a matter of fact, my girl, if she was watching right now with my best friends, Lakita, she would tell you how back in 2008, she was working downtown and she parked at the metro station. I would go to the metro station and drop off cards on every windshield. And I did this for a period of several months. One of my mentors gave me the idea and it worked. Now I did get some people who cursed me out and like they would call the number and be like, don't leave this shit on my car no more. However, that comes with the territory, right? So that's the things you have to contend with. But leave a card on every single block. And if the house that you're working on agrees, put the address on the postcard as well. So it'll say something like, hey, we did some work at 1946 East Lawrence and Chicago Heights. If you like the work that we did there, can you, give us a call, something like that. And if they don't want you to put their whole address out there on Front Street, then you just say something like, hey, we're working in the neighborhood, where you live. We've done a few properties. If you want us to, we'd love to add you to our customer base or something along those lines. That's all you got to do. And it works. You just have to do it consistently. So in order to get to, people talk about getting the 6 figures, like that's nothing to get to. It's literally it's not a difficult goal at all. As a matter of fact, I think the initial goal should be something like 250K, because 6 figures is so easy to do, especially when you're doing things like this. You control everything. So if you can't do it under these circumstances, then where can you do it at? You're controlling all of this. All you need is a steady block of maybe, 10, 15 people every single month. That's it. That is it. All right. See, what is my last tip for today? So if you guys are just tuning in, again, I'm Danielle Pierce, Creative Real Estate Profit Lab, Property Preservation Mastery. Yes, I did just get my hair did today. Yes, yesterday I was bald headed and today I am not. But I'm a Black woman. These are the things that you can expect, right? So there's that. But I'm doing 21 days of live Q&A. So I'm answering one question every single day. We're on day 9. So we got, still got quite a ways to go. We're doing this in preparation for our Black Friday promotion, which is going to be, we're offering the course for $1,000 off of the regular price of $24.97. That's $2,497, not $24. The course is going to be $14.97 for 5 hours only on Wednesday, November the 24th, from 7 o'clock Central Standard Time through 11:59 p.m. CST. So that's that, right? And today we're talking about tips to transition, but not even transition, to add in revenue from private homeowners. And first tip was create your price sheet. Just take the standard pricing sheet and don't take any discounts out. I explained that at the beginning of the video. Figure out a way to receive payment. I like Stripe and I like QuickBooks. Not that big of a fan of PayPal. Number 3, get some card magnets made on vistaprint.com. It'll cost you less than $100. Number 4, follow up with the customer, create an email list, create a text message marketing list. Just do that and make that a part of your business model so that you can have a list that you can reach out to whenever you do want to have a sale or promotion or, generate some money real quick. You can reach out and touch these people and do it consistently, at least once a week, right? I don't care what's going on, whatever the weather is doing, once a week at least is what it's going to take. And I mentioned Fashion Nova earlier. I mean, they reach out 4 or 5 times a day. Like, I've unsubscribed from that list several times because they flood you. But then when I buy something, it's like I'm automatically back on the list. So there's that. Every time you do a property, ask for referrals and then leave a card on every house on the block if you can. And then the last thing that I will say is, and this will take you probably 6 months to a year to get to this point, is to run ads to the zip code that you would like to cover. So when I say ads, I mean specifically Facebook ads, and you can utilize that because you can do detailed targeting. You can target neighborhoods, zip codes, counties, people with college degrees, homeowners, people who are renting. You can get really, really detailed. You will have to hire somebody most likely, because I don't have the skill set to actually teach you how to. I can figure it out myself, but I don't know it enough to actually put it in a course somewhere and say, hey, do this to run ads, for the type of business that you have. But I am telling you that it does work. So you run ads specific to a certain zip code that you want to cover. And that is tip number 6. So I don't know if you guys hear this thunder in the background. It is, raining pretty heavily here. So if this video cuts off, it's not because I didn't pay the internet bill or the power bill. It's because the power went out. So there's that. But we're actually done anyway. So again, this was day number 9. We still got quite a ways to go. Hopefully you guys will join me back here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. We're talking about working with rental property companies tomorrow. So that's going to be a really good video as well. As always, like, subscribe, share the video. And I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Sending you love, light, peace, blessings, grace, and clarity.